Hello everyone. Today we at the beach. Is it a beach? At
Yeah,
at sea today. Is it
yeah.
at sea? Next to the sea today.
Okay,
Sometimes you will see the wave, like the water splash on him. Then we're not lying.
okay. It can be GFX, so
No, it's too real.
too real.
Yeah. So today,
Um,
what we talking about?
we're talking about user experience or user interface.
Then this is really in my skill, huh?
Your
Yeah,
skill.
yeah. I'm very
Yeah,
skilled
you're
at
very
that.
skillful. You know a lot of things. You can do a lot of things, right?
Okay.
So, like, how much do you know about UX and UI? Do you know the
Uh,
difference between UX and UI?
Yeah, I took a short course that I never finished.
Oh, okay.
But
So
UX
you don't
is,
know you don't know anything about.
let me try my
Okay.
best.
Okay.
So UX is user experience.
Mm.
That's the name. And UI is user interface. Interface is more on design, how people see, how people look, how it looks, and how we perceive that.
Mm.
And user experience is more on when you interact with it, how does it respond to you? Like an app, when you scroll, there will be something pop up, or you make an app that would be easier for user navigation, and for user interface would be more on like how cute of the app, how modern, how nice of
I
design.
feel like
That's
you're saying two times the same thing.
no one is experience,
Like a
one is
pop up is user interface as well, no?
yeah.
Because it's something that like how it looks. It's a pop up, right?
But how does
No.
it pop though?
How it pops is user experience.
I think.
Uh,
But what is it though? I think this is your in your
so
area.
so user experience would be like how does the app feel,
Hmm.
you know, and user interface is like how does the app look or like
That's
website.
exactly what I
But
just
but
said.
you saying like pop up is an example of
Oh no, I didn't say pop up. It's like how it pop.
how it
How
pops.
yes,
Uh,
that's the word that I
but
always say.
yeah, okay. So user experience is more like yeah, the emotions that like play into it,
Mm,
the experience, like and the name suggests how the
yeah.
user feels and like experiences like whatever the thing is they're interacting with.
Mm,
This could be influenced, for instance, by the responsiveness of the interface. So when you
right.
click on something, it happens like immediately after you click it, or when
Right.
you click it and you need to wait like 5 seconds for something to happen. This
Mm,
would be a negative experience,
mm.
right? Um, and within like this field,
Oh.
there is a concept called. This is not only for applications. This is not only for applications, but in general, anything that it could be also like web related or something
Mm,
else.
mm.
It's called dark practices or dark patterns.
What is it?
Dark patterns is what do you understand with that? Like this is the topic of today, right? So like how much do you know about these patterns and practices?
I think it's about how developer or UX UI designer they trick people or user into like let's say you want the user to stay on the app as long as possible, and so you do something with it to trick people to stay longer, something deceive, I don't know, something huh, something tricky that
Can you can
developers
you can you
do.
give me some like a can you give me a concrete example that you think is a dark pattern?
Let's say
I'll give you a hint.
okay, I
Okay.
have already. Let's say you have you subscribe to Food Panda, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to cancel your subscription. Normally, if you don't have a dark pattern, you just go into setting, you see account, and you see subscription. You click on subscribe or unsubscribe, right? But dark pattern, it leads you to like 10 more steps, like make it harder for you to leave. So maybe Like you go through middleware and it's like a lot of stuff happening. You get tired of it and you decided not to
Unsubscribe.
unsubscribe.
Yeah.
I think that's one of the
Yeah,
examples.
that's a good example. This is a pattern where you make it difficult for users to perform a certain action, which is a negative action for the business.
Mm.
So you would uh, make it arbitrarily more difficult for the user to do an action, right?
Mm.
Another pattern would be, for instance, some software tools. They have this pattern where they offer a free version of their tool, but like they kind of hide the free version of the tool like somewhere on the website. So they can say we have like a free offering or like a free version of the tool, but then when you go to get the free version, you have to like leave your credit card, or you need to pay for the version or whatever. Another pattern, for instance, this Zoom did this actually, where they have an online version of the application, but they want you to download the in-app like application. They want you to download the application instead of using the web version. So they will hide it. So you can open the Zoom meeting on your browser, but they
I
make
see
it
that.
they make it like very small and not noticeable. So
Yeah.
you have to install it to open the meeting.
It's something like you want to. Okay, you see, like this website offer a document that you want to download, and before you're able to download it, you have to leave your name and email. Does it count as well as that pattern?
I would say this also would fall under dark patterns.
Right.
If you start out with like you can get this like free document, and then you have to actually, it's not free, you need to leave your email address. So like you're paying actually with your email address, because they will use that to send you other offers and like spam you or like sell your email address to like, another like business or whatever.
Is it legal?
I mean, you voluntarily leaving your email address, so they can do with that information what they want. Technically, they should also have somewhere where you like have a checkbox where you're accepting the terms of services for downloading this, or like when you're leaving your email address. And if you read those, it could state that they are allowed to share your email address with third party or whatever. And you clicked it, so you accepted it.
I guess yes, because you already agree with their terms and conditions.
So these are like some patterns.
Do you usually do that?
I'm not gonna lie. I was asked to implement like features such as that. I prefer not to. When someone when a client asks me to do something like that, I will tell them like it's something negative. We should not implement such a pattern, because it gives like the users a negative feeling. Eventually, for the users, it will push away users.
But I mean, if you don't do too much, I think for like you want to download a document on their website and then just leave your name and email, that's fine.
So
But
when the value you are offering outweighs,
I guess yeah.
the negative thing, then you can argue that it's fine, but it's still like it will still leave like a negative feeling for the users, in my opinion. A lot of users actually don't notice these things, because if they implement it well, you don't even realize. So for instance, I know this you can use your copy, so like you can use text as a way to prevent users from unsubscribing as well. So when they're leaving, you would write something in the sense of oh, we're so sorry to see you go, like we really enjoyed spending time with you, and then like they would add a button to resubscribe.
Yeah.
So like these kind of things also. But for people, when they read those kind of things, they might feel like, oh, I'm appreciated or whatever,
Right.
and then maybe they resubscribe. For instance, when you unsubscribing from a platform, they sometimes offer you a discount code, right?
Yeah, Adobe does that all the time.
Yeah, so they offer you discount codes, like, but if you keep subscribing, they would not offer you that. They only offer it if you unsubscribe or try to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
So like these are also like techniques that companies will utilize to
Yeah.
keep you engaged.
I see.
So what do you think about like the ethical side of the? Well, do you think this is like something businesses should do? And
Yes
it's
and
correct.
no.
It's correct for them to do it.
Yeah, yes and no. Yes is if you do it like not too much, you can implement it, but not too much. Asking too much question, ask us to write this and that, many steps. For example, to unsubscribe, then I don't think this is good. But if for business standpoint, it's like give and take. I give something free to you, you should give something back to me.
But then it's not free. That's the whole the whole definition of something being free is that you offer it without something in return.
But free in term here is money related. I think the term free here. But for me, I'm fine if it's like you said, if whatever I want to download, for example, is like worth more than me just leaving my name and email. It's fine. But normally I would use like
A fake email.
a fake or account that I usually like
only for
Yahoo.
spam, yeah.
For spam only. Then it's fine though. So I guess I don't know. I pro the business. I think it's okay though, because if you run a business, you don't want to like you're not running a charity.
Yeah.
So it's give and take.
I will give you another example of kind of a dark pattern. Is for instance Duolingo is an application that you use
Yeah.
a lot, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm gonna say?
How they make you like needs to come back to the app
Oh.
and compete and like
Yeah.
give you anxiety.
So like they have this it's a language learning app for those that don't know, but I think everybody knows. And what they do is they have a system in place where you have to come every day and complete one exercise to keep
Yeah.
your streak going. So like if you do one exercise, it will keep a streak alive. And they really push you to keep the streak alive. Why do they do this? Do you know?
Because it's good for the app on the App Store or Play Store.
Yeah.
Because people keep using it. Yeah.
That's one side of it, but then the other side of it is like language. Language learning is something you need to do regularly, right? If you stop like speaking a language or practicing, then you will forget the things that you learned, right? So it has like two ways, but the way they implemented it is definitely more towards the dark pattern side because they're really pushing very hard on the.
Yeah. I understand that though, but without them pushing me to like, I also use Duolingo, right? Right? It's more than a year already. Without them pushing me to open the app and complete my streak every day, I probably like quit already in the first few months. I would never study. If I have the option to study on my own time, I mean like whenever I want to study, I can go into the app. Yeah. I would never finish any lesson.
But it's actually not necessary for you to open it every day, right? Because me, I'm kind of relaxed with it because they also offer streak freezes. So meaning if you miss a day, if you have 2-3 streak freezes, they will like allow you to skip a day or skip 2 days or 3 days, depending on how many freezes that you have. But from experience, I skipped maybe in the last year that I've been doing it, I've probably skipped over 30 days or like 40 days.
Really?
Yeah, because every time I like have a freeze, the next exercise that I do, the reward that I get is another streak freeze. So it like fills in because they know I will skip, but they want me to keep going. So they're not gonna allow my streak to disappear. So they offer me another streak freeze every time I use one.
But even though I think they're very smart. Smart people.
So like it's implemented in such a way that it doesn't even feel like something negative, right? So do you think that this would be like there would be another way to do this or
another way without using the dark pattern?
So yeah, the idea is to keep you learning, right? That's the positive side of like this feature that they added. And like the negative side or like the business side of it is that the more people engage and open the app daily, the higher they will like reach in the charts of like app stores, Play Store and stuff like that. So that's the business side of it, and the way they implement it is by utilizing some dark patterns. Do you think there will be another way to?
No, not that I know of.
Uh,
What is it?
I don't know. I'm asking. I'm checking.
I mean, without implementing that, I don't think they would be the Duolingo that we know today. It's just another app, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think other apps they're trying to do the same thing too, but
Hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, like apps like drink beverages and stuff. Like one of the clients you're working on for is they do an application too, no, right? Like if you check in this one and you're not doing anything, you just open the app and then you already get like points and enough one you can like redeem the reward.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's give and take.
Give and take.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you know like any other way that you would keep users engaged? Like with your application, what's
For Duolingo,
yeah, or like in general, like any app, what would make people want to use the application?
if it's if it's go with their interest,
Let's think of an application that you use regularly. Well, like why do you use those applications?
my bank app,
Why do you use that application?
because I need to use the money,
Uh,
because I need to pay with
and
my the
why
QR
that
code.
Why that bank? Why that application?
Oh, easy navigation.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like the application is well made and it's easy to use and you enjoy like making use of it, right?
Yeah.
So that is actually the most like the best way to do applications, not utilizing like dark patterns, but making things easy for the users and
But that's not necessarily translate into like users gonna use it every day though. The bank app, I need you use the money every day.
so let's go back to the Duolingo. Why would you use a language learning app? Like what
I'm
is
being forced to learn.
no, you're not being forced to learn. You want to learn, right? And the ideal situation for people like trying to learn a new language is they're actually learning the language. They feel like they have making progress. They're learning. They being able to speak the language or read it or write it, understand the language. That would be like the greatest motivator for people to continue and keep going back to the app.
But I mean, for if Duolingo nowadays, they already have like great navigation. The
Yeah,
app
yeah.
looks so nice. User experience, UX UI is already nice. But I mean, if you talking about like having the user open the app every day to use it all the time without the dark pattern, I think it's very difficult. People might still use it, might like prefer Duolingo other than like other learning apps, but not necessary to be every day unless you like committed learners.
Yeah.
Yeah, but most learners, I believe, yeah, cannot if without like specific motivation, you would
Yeah.
not learn every day.
Yeah, I do agree. There are some things that you need to implement. But okay, so you use Duolingo for like more than a year already, right? So do you feel like you're learning the languages that you're practicing, or well, how do you feel about it?
I feel mid.
Mid.
Yeah, I feel like I learn a lot, but I know nothing. I don't know, cause something like again go back to like open up the app every day, cause I feel this pressure that I need to open the app every day and like maintain my streak. Because of that pressure, I think a lot of people who use Duolingo will share this experience with me. Like yeah,
So
just use the app
you're
for
not
it.
actually learning. Like the dark pattern is just forcing you to open the app, but you're
Yeah, I
not
guess.
actually learning from it, right?
Yeah, sometimes it's like that. Yeah.
So this actually not beneficial in this case then.
For learners, No, I'm not gonna say like 100% is not beneficial. Some learners they still like
They need it.
they need it to push them and learn.
Mm.
But maybe like some type of people like me who sometimes also lazy.
Yeah.
I think you do too. You just go and
I'm
complete.
lazy,
You complete the streak because
but I
yeah,
learned a
because
lot.
okay,
But
you
I learned
learn
a lot.
Japanese, right?
Yeah.
But when you need to like because you need to finish the ranking, right? The league before it finish. Sometimes you learn your own what? Your own mother tongue.
Uh,
You learn Turkish, you learn Dutch,
I
just
mean,
to get the score.
Dutch I did once, but like it's not something I do regularly. But Turkish, yeah, it can still. When I do it though, I complete entire section, like the entire section, and then like I go until like I cannot complete the section anymore. Even like Turkish, I still have.
So what?
I can still practice it. Like it
You
doesn't matter.
advance already, but you learn like beginner or
No, I
alpha
complete the
beginner.
section so I can continue.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue on this.
I
It's
mean, I
your
learned
preference.
German. I know a bit of German, but I don't know everything, so I still need to learn it.
I hope you actually learn something new
Yeah, I
from that.
do. I do.
Okay.
Or I relearn things that I forgot, for instance.
Uh,
Yeah. But I do agree. I sometimes feel the pressure to just make it through the league as well. So I
I
just
see a lot of memes on like TikTok and stuff, like people making fun of like a
the
duo.
bird duo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he's evil and
yeah.
stuff.
I've seen those
And it's
too.
well made too. The app, the thumbnail, what is it called? The icon. Like they change faces all the time when you like not fit doing
The
the,
thumbnails or like the Duolingo
the
widget. The
yeah yeah
widget.
yeah
Yeah.
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 It's very well made.
It's actually also a dark pattern, like those kind of
Yeah,
things. They kind
yeah.
of like design it in a way that kind of
Pressure you.
guilt trips you
Yeah.
or like pressures you to do it. But I think they do it like very tasteful. Like it's really nice to see and it's very well made, like you said. So I guess in this case it's you can allow it. But so we talk about like people that do it in a way that's actually beneficial, but there's also dark patterns that are like made just uh, like for bad actors as well, you know.
Bad actor.
So this would be, for instance, people that trying to scam you or like phishing websites and stuff like that. These websites also like use these patterns. They use almost any available pattern to make you like leave your details and then scam you practically.
Right.
So what do you think about those things?
Scamming is never good.
How do you know of these things? Do you know how to avoid them?
Scammer who like send links to you to click on
Yeah. For instance,
is not to click anything, any link that you unfamiliar, or not even open a message whoever sent you a message that you don't know.
that's how you avoid it.
Yeah.
Have you ever fallen victim to like one of
Never,
these?
never.
So you're careful
Yeah,
online.
I'm smart enough.
Yeah.
Oh, our friend is barking. Anyway, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like be careful. There's a lot of things online that can trick you, manipulate you, but try not to fall victim to those things. And try to also understand when you like interacting with applications or website. Try to understand the underlying motive. Why are they doing it? Why is it so complicated? What's the business goal? Try to understand those kind of things. I would recommend. Anything else you would want to add?
For like scammers.
No, like in general, like these dark patterns or like everything that we talked about a bit.
I still say dark pattern. I don't know if you're like developers or UX UI designer. I don't know, but for me as a client or user perspective, don't do it too much. Just like I don't know, some
Keep it tasteful.
yeah, keep it just like Duolingo sometime.
Yeah.
Because it's bad if you actually analyze it, but sometimes you don't even know that you were like a victim for that dark pattern. But do it like minimalist. I know, not minimal. Do it enough to
Mindful.
like mindful. Be mindful.
be the mirror.
Yes, about it.
Yeah, right.
So,
I think that's like we can talk more about examples, bad actors, and stuff like that. Let us know if this is interesting, and we can see if we can dig up more examples, more bad examples, more good examples.
okay. So thank you guys for tuning in for this episode and see you next episode. Bye bye.